Hello and welcome to Ask Me About K-Pop, the essential guide for recent converts and seasoned fans alike. My name is Shannon.
And I'm Angelica.
And welcome to another AMAK Awards. Oh, so prestigious.
Ooh, I know we need to come up with like a grandiose theme song for our awards, like for the curtains rising,
Right.
Everybody's settling into their seats. We're ready to go.
It's the fourth annual AMAK Awards.
Yes. Which is really just like our favorite things.
Our favorite things. We've said it
because
before.
it's our award show.
Yes, so it's our awards. And usually this awards was created because trying to pick the top 15 tracks, then there are things left out. And it was like, how do we recognize these achievements in K-pop? Mm-hmm. So we made it a separate thing.
We did. And I think also part of it, and reasonably so, is because K-pop is so much more than just an audio
songs.
medium. Yeah, so like just listening to the songs, there are some that like the performance, the music video, the choreography, the concept, it's part of the whole package.
Right.
So those things deserve to be highlighted.
Yeah. So we have our categories ready. We've made our choices. Some of mine are still remaining up in the air, but they will happen in the moment because that's how this works.
Yeah, every once in a while we have to make a gun to your head decision.
Yeah, so let's get
all
into
of mine
it.
are nailed in. I locked in. Actually, no, that's not true. I just changed one.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, shit. Okay, I lied. I do maybe have a gun to my head decision, but we will wait.
Okay. All right, our first category on the list is Best Rookie. And I think last year we had so many choices, we split this into rookie group and rookie solo.
Yes.
But I think this year we're going to keep it all rookie because according to the list that I made, the vast majority of solo debuts this year were like established members of groups going solo, which doesn't feel like a true rookie. Like they're not rookies. They're just new at being solo.
Sure. but yes.
But
sure.
They're still valid, obviously. They're still in the running and can be chosen for sure. I'm not saying they can't be chosen.
But yes, you're right. Most of the solo debuts of this year were from people that we already know.
Yeah. Like Monsters and Blackpinks and
all the GOT7s.
All the GOT7s. I'll go first. I think at the beginning of the year, I really liked Treasure's debut. Their like debut song, My Treasure, is so like disco-y and fun. So I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then they just made a ton of noise music after that. That's what boy groups do now. It's fine. They're allowed. But then I like really sweated over the choices, my favorites from our support girl groups episode this year. And I think that after careful consideration, I want to give my rookie award to Pretty G.
Ooh.
This was the like very, very young girl group that we talked about in the support girl groups episode. They're all like 13, 14. Yes. They're little girls.
And they had been a part of some like previous iteration when they were like child.
Yes. So they're like child stars. But both songs that they put out this year, Ola and Buckle Up, were just like, I don't know, they're that perfect cheesy, like childish bubblegum little girl K-pop that I love so much. And I listened to the song so many times. And I just thought they're real cute and talented. And I don't know if they'll stick around, but I think it would be cool if they did. And I enjoyed the music they put out. So that's who I wanted to give my award to.
Are you giving it to a specific song? Or
I
just
think we can give
general?
it to Ola because that was their debut song. Okay, and I liked it a lot.
Okay, wonderful. So I started laughing when you were talking about the soloists because that's what I chose.
Which is fine.
I, like, despite having some of the, like, rookie girl groups that I enjoyed in our support girl groups episode, like that, I don't know, I just didn't have any new groups that really grabbed me. And so I chose the Eight's Korean
that's
debut.
a great choice.
Side by side. very special to me. He has released Chinese solo tracks before, but this was his first Korean release. It was the first one that I could purchase and own for myself. There's a Chinese version and a Korean version. He put out a music video, which is really, really, really cute. And I know I talked about it a lot when it came out, but it's really cute.
Mhm.
And there's 2 performance videos of it because it was during like COVID. So he didn't go on any music. Actually, yeah, he didn't go on any regular Korean music shows like Inkigayo or
Right.
Music Bank or anything, but he put out 2 performance videos of it. And the whole choreography is just him and a girl, and they do like a sweet little partner dance. And it's wonderful. I loved it. The 8, side by side.
Really good choice. I really like that. I think that's very fair. And I'm
Was very
sorry.
important to me.
I'm sorry for implying that any of the solo rookies.
No, it's
were-
fine. It's true. They're not really rookies. It just made me laugh because that was what I chose.
Our next category is best subunit. And in previous years, we've had a ton to choose from. And this has been like a pretty, this is a category to fight over. But this year, and I'm happy to be corrected if I am wrong, but as far as I could tell, there were basically only 2 subunits this year. Day 6, Even of Day, and WJSN, The Black. So we are both giving our award to WJSN, The Black.
Yes.
It's so easy. I'll tell the attitude. I'll tell the attitude. Yeah, it's so
Unanimously, easily, wholeheartedly.
Easily.
Hey, I didn't even mean to do that.
Because the song was called Easy.
It sure was.
But yeah, this was such a moment. Like, the comeback was really important to us. We like devoured every stage and we're obsessed with their suits. And the choreo is so cool. And the music video has like a great, strong concept.
It's just immaculate from start to finish. Every single detail of The Black was perfect. And WJSN had a release this year as the whole group, which was really good, but The Black totally out. Like, as soon as it came out, I loved everything about it, and it remained at the top, one of my favorites consistently all year long. Like, never really got overshadowed by anything.
Yeah.
It was just, I love it. It's everything that I want and need out of K-pop.
Yeah, absolutely. I have no arguments or no further points.
No notes.
No notes. Just like excellent stuff. So congrats, WJSN The Black. Thanks for coming to us this year.
And more, please.
More, please. All right. Our next category is a category that gets like huge every
gets bigger
year.
every year.
Every year. And this is English release. And we had so many things like, Monsta X put out a whole English album.
Yeah.
It had English tracks on their Korean album. Rosé's debut was in English. Jackson only releases music in English. Like,
Yeah, all of Jackson's songs are
CL's album was English. Twice gave us English for the first time. Like, there's so much.
Ace, 10.
Yes.
Wavies, 10, and Yang Yang. Their song was in English too.
Oh my God,
We had a lot.
Ace.
Yeah.
Wait.
No. Oh no, they're not on they weren't your choice.
Oh my God,
No,
wait.
I was-
They can be right now.
But I was kind of counting on you choosing Down as your number
I will
one
though, because I
English.
wasn't feeling that strongly about my
yes!
choices. I had a couple of things where I had other stuff from those artists and I was like not that sure. So yeah, I'm gonna make my
Hell
choice
yes.
Down by Ace.
I hoped you would.
I'm not the type to catch feelings. Something about you got me stuck and I'm sinking. Lend me your hanger, come and save me. Cause I'm falling down.
I listened to that song so much.
Yeah.
Wow. Of course that's my choice.
Yes.
So this was an Ace English release. The single had 3 versions. Ace by themselves, Ace featuring Gray, and then an instrumental version.
Yeah. And the Ace by themselves version is the best version.
Yes, it is. And they did a cute, like, handheld, like, Instagram live-y style, like, music video where they were so soft sweater boys being so adorable.
Yeah.
And yeah, just like what a good song. Oh my God. Yes, of course. Ace Down.
It's such a good song. I love the low register of the verses and the like bounciness of the like just the happiness of it. And the lyrics are cute. I loved it. I loved it so much. And I had hoped that it was gonna be because I was like, this is definitely the English song Shannon to listen to the most.
It is.
So good. Because that's how I chose mine. Because especially like with Monsta X putting out this entire album, and then they also had English songs on their One of a Kind album. Like he had English songs on his album. 10 put out Paint Me Naked. Like there were so many English songs.
Yeah, Paint Me Naked was my like probably the
Paint Me
next
Naked
one
is my like number 2. But I ended up choosing because I like had a really hard time deciding. So I ended up just going with the English song that I listen to the most, hands down, no question, Twice, The Feels.
There you go.
Supernatural attraction. I got the feels for you, yeah, 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 yeah. You have stolen my heart, oh yeah. Never let it go, no, never let it go,
I listened to that song so much this year. My neighbors probably hate that song. I'm so sorry. There was definitely a day where I did this in headphones. I am not that big of a dick. I definitely did listen to this with headphones on. Repeat for like hours. While I cleaned my entire apartment.
Yeah.
I cleaned my entire apartment for like at least 2 hours just listening to that song on repeat.
I believe it.
And like I saw a lot of people like trolling it on Twitter because of the whole like boya 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 no. And honestly, I don't give a fuck.
That part is fun.
I don't care. I love the way it like twangs. Momo's crazy nasal voice is so crazy. Like every time I hear it on every single Twice song, I'm just like, Momo, listen to you.
Yeah.
I love everything about that song. And it goes crazy. The like high notes and the ad libs are so fun. Oh my God. Like, yes. And the like, oh yeah, like in the background. Ah, yes. I know every fucking note of that song and I love all of it.
Super iconic choreo.
Is so fun. The disco cheerleader outfits that they wear in the music video and that they did on the Jimmy Fallon or Kimmel show.
One of the Jimmys.
Is perfect. I thought the prom concept in the music video was silly because they're all grown women
for prom.
But they looked great and the lyrics are fun and I love singing along to it because every single member has such a distinct voice.
They really do.
I feel like I'm singing along to like a Broadway musical where you do like the character voices.
That's
like,
how
bonjour.
That's how I used to sing Girls' Generation songs in my car. I would do all of their voices.
That's how I sing The Feels. And it's really, really fun.
Great choice. I love it. Okay, this next one is difficult, and I feel like I want you to go first because I'm worried. Maybe we have, I don't know if we have the same one or what, but you can go first for best concept.
This was a fun one, and I chose 2 p.m. Make It.
난 지금 해야 해야 해야만 해 아무 말이나 어떤 이유가 해야 되어야만 해 너를 잠깐 더 볼 수 있게
Because the concept of that album and music video was hot grown men at the end of the world. And here we are.
Yeah.
I could use a hot grown man.
Yeah. Wow.
Rolling up his sleeves.
And saving you from a meteor.
Cabadoning me in the subway to save me from a meteor. Yes. Sign me up. Thank you, 2 p.m. Thank you.
I'm really glad that that was your choice. That's a really good one. I kind of like had forgotten that that was the concept of the music video, and like, yeah, it was really unique and really
perfect.
interesting. And those first teasers where like Woo Young walked up to the window and then like a crash and sirens. I was like, this is great. Like,
And like the fact that they came back like, yeah, in the middle of this like global crisis, and like we have not seen 2 p.m. in like almost 5 years. It was just so on the nose.
Yeah.
It was exactly what I wanted out of 2 p.m.
yeah, perfect. Okay, great. I love that that was your choice. And it's good because my choice is the concept of Key's solo album,
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Bad Love. Because this was a concept that Key said he'd been wanting to do for many years. So I think that he'd really been like spending, like he'd thought about the costumes and the concept like so much. And I loved this pulpy neon sci-fi, super weird. Like the teasers had like a weird melted man that like was not, didn't come back, wasn't part of it. Like just something trippy for the sake of it.
He wasn't in the music video? I think he was in the
Was he in the music video? The weird melty man?
I think so. I think
Okay.
he was in the music video.
Okay. But either way, wild concept. Key in those like Jetsons little
Oh my
like
God.
shoulder
All
pads.
of the outfits were so good.
And his like pushed back like space, like Captain Kirk, like little hair curly, like
yes.
with his
His
blaster
perfect
and
little
stuff.
swoop.
Yeah, and I loved the like music video being on the like old-timey talk show set, and like just the whole vibe of it was so immaculate, and that like the concept extended so beautifully into the album packaging too.
Yeah.
Like he made a version of the album that's in like a blister pack, like a action figure, and then he also released it on cassette, which I got yesterday, and I was so happy to like because I never got my shiny cassette and I've always regretted it. So I got a Key cassette. And I just like, I loved how much he leaned into it and he looked so great. And his like immaculate like spacesuit onesie that he had very clearly, carefully designed and had made in 7 colors. Like, that's great. Like
Yeah.
the costume of it all, it was just so well realized and I loved it so much.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Okay, our next category is, I always have to reference this because it makes me laugh. This is a category that we created so that we could talk about We Swim Good one year.
Yep, that is true.
And it remains forever. And this is best performance. And this can be like literally anything.
Yeah.
Like mama stage, choom video,
June,
like
yeah,
whatever.
literally anything at all. And I looked through in order to find that, like I had an idea of what I wanted this to be, but I had a good little like laugh at myself. Because my choice last year was Ace's highlight medley of Twice, and that is still to this day my like one of my most watched YouTube videos. Like when I looked through my history of this year to be like, what performance did I watch the most? It was that one. And I was like, well, I can't choose that one again. I mean, I could, but I didn't. But that's the real answer. Okay, but so the answer that I knew in my heart, it was going to be, no question about it. Kind of cheating. But I choose Shiny's Beyond Live concert.
Okay.
Period. The whole damn concert.
내 숨을 가져가 My love goes deep, deep, deep 깊어진 your ocean 짙어진 emotion My love goes deep, deep
Specifically, if I had to choose one thing, I think I'd probably do like maybe the Atlantis stage, because the Atlantis stage was really, really good. But that whole concert was wonderful, and you and I and our dear friend Jenna stayed up late and watched it all together virtually. We were not together physically, but we were together, in spirit. And in texting, and it was fantastic. Like everything about it was so wonderful. And Shiny just like came back out of the military, perfect, shiny, peak perform, like just being exactly who Shiny is and doing what they do best. And it was wonderful. So I choose that whole goddamn concert because I can.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
It was really nice to, in some ways, go to a Shiny concert this year, you know?
Mhm.
So-
But I do feel like I have to say honorable mention because this is hands down. Well, actually, no, you do yours first, just in case it's the same thing.
I doubt it is.
Okay. Then go.
Then I go
ahead.
anyway. Okay, my choice. I did choose an Andromeda performance
Okay.
for my performance this year, and I chose WJSN's cover of "Baby Baby" by Girls' Generation. Getting into WJSN this year was like one of the only groups, like one of my only new groups this year where I took time to like learn names and watch reality shows or whatever. Like WJSN was the group I got into this year. And Baby Baby is one of my favorite Girls' Generation songs like ever. So it was just really nice to hear them do a live cover of it. Like I love those Andromeda videos because the band just really makes it. And all of their voices are like different than Girls' Generation's voices in like a little different way. But they're just so good. And Sojung, that's the one who's like really good.
Yes.
She like does the Taeyeon parts like, oh, just so immaculately. And I watched it, I don't even know how many times. So that like had to be my one because that was one where I'd open up YouTube and it would be in the side and I'd be like, well, I gotta watch this.
That is me with Ace. It's both the medley and Just Feel Special. They are neck and neck. Because yeah, those Andromeda stages, man, they're so good. Okay, but so my honorable mention is just because this is the coolest thing I've ever freaking seen. At Keys Beyond Live solo concert, his stage of Helium had this unbelievable moving hanging light piece that was it was made up of a lot of triangles of like fluorescent light, like the rod light bulbs that were triangles, and it would like come up and down on like waves because they were like all hanging from strings to be like parallel to the ground. And when they came down, the way that they would come down so that Key and his dancers were inside individual triangles, and the thing would like go up and down as they were doing the choreography, and like they had to be
So precise.
exactly
Or
on
they'd
the
get
right
hit by
place.
lights.
Exactly. Oh my God. It was unbelievable. And I didn't actually I didn't like put it on here because I like didn't actually watch that whole concert. I just saw like clips of it, but it was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen. So honorable mention.
Honorable mention. Love it. Love it. All right. Our next category is Best Solo Male. And we did have quite a lot of these this
So many
year.
dudes this year. What a
So-
sausage fest this year was.
But yeah, will you go first?
Sure.
Because this is one I am still debating at the moment.
I felt like I had to choose my choice. I picked because this artist came out with multiple things throughout the year, and it was difficult for me to choose between them because they were different but both very good. But I just felt like this artist definitely summarizes it. Like he's a
Okay.
fixture of my year, and
Sure.
that is Woods.
Of course.
So my solo choice for Best Solo Male was Woods, Only Lovers Left. It's just like his whole album because that whole release was fantastic. I really liked the the like double single little EP thing he put out at the beginning of the year, which was called Set. The title track was Feel Like, and it has a really good B-side called Touché, which was also on my short list for B-sides. But Only Lovers Left Alive is so good, and I know we've talked at length about how good that album is. But Woods just continues to be an artist that really, really impresses me. And I so far have loved like 99% of everything he's put out as a soloist. So I just think he's a really fun artist to look out for.
I agree. That was gonna be my choice. So now I gotta pick something else.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, we both agreed on our subunits.
I know,
if
but
you want to.
But there's definitely
There are
like
so
more
many
things I can
dudes.
pick. And so I feel like because the spot is open and I already gave a concept award to Key, and I do think that was absolutely a favorite male solo of the year. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and give this one to our Bibi Kai for Peaches. A late release.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty girl, you like peaches. Soft하게 감싸. 입안 가득 번진 sweetness. Feels good to be the bad guy.
Late release, but a really, really good one.
Good one.
And I just like, I'm so proud of Kai. I feel like he's grown so much as a vocalist. He never really sang in EXO, and like his 2 solo albums have been so good. And he has such a pretty little voice, and he's like learning how to do like falsettos real good. And I'm just very proud of him. And I thought that the Peaches video was it was like really refreshing because he is like such a like exhausting sex pot that you're just like, oh my God, Kai, I can't. And so I liked that this music video had just a really playful sense of humor. Like there's so many parts of it where he's just like goofing around and like smiling and throwing his little toy Peaches around instead of being like doing his Kai face and trying to like kill you with his Kai face.
Yeah.
He's like being a little happy, a little fun. And I loved all the fashion handbok, like really cool choices.
So good.
And so, yeah, I think I'll give my solo award to Kai.
Great. That's an excellent choice. I also really loved that music video and that song. I'm going to talk more about it later.
Yeah.
No, I'll save my thoughts.
Okay.
But good choice.
Good choice. Yeah, honorable mentions for like, starting the year off really great.
Yeah, talk about like a cinematic masterpiece when it comes to that music
kinds of
videos.
things.
Yeah, Yuno's music video, Thank You, was awesome.
And I will just say, like, sorry to the love of my life, bane of my existence, Im Chung-kyun, who also put out a debut album this year. I wanted to like it more, but it's not my kind of music. It's his kind of music, and I know he's proud, and I'm proud of him for making a whole album, but like, it's not really my thing. And I wanted to like the goddamn music video because he's so like naked, but he also is like stumbling and his like eyes aren't open, and he's like acting like drugged the whole music video, and I'm like, this isn't fun to look at.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch you looking so miserable and stumbling around.
Totally.
That's not very fun.
Totally.
But anyway. All right, next it's Best Solo Female.
Yes.
And we did also have a ton of these too.
We did. We had a lot of solo females this year. My choice was easy. No question about it. I loved this song so much. And full disclosure, this was in the top running for 3 of my award categories this year.
Wow.
Best choreo, best music video, and favorite solo female. And that is Sunmi Tae. I absolutely adored everything about Sunmi's Tail comeback. The choreography is so good and fun, and the way that she uses her backup dancers is amazing. Like the whole second verse where she like sits on her like hottest backup dancer's lap and like does the whole like, I'm not much of a drinker, but I'm a dream girl, which is such a good lyric. And then she like jumps on his thighs in her boots and like, wha, ha, like it's so good. And they made her like, they like edited that part out. They like didn't let her choreography got censored because the world is biphobic, but whatever. It was amazing. And the music video is so good. It's Catwoman inspired. It's based off of like Michelle Pfeiffer's version of Catwoman. And it's really, really good. It's like an incredible homage. She wears this stunning bubblegum pink dress in it that is like such
It's like
an
latex
80s
and
Barbie
it's
Oh my
ridiculous.
God. It's amazing. It's
When she sits on
amazing.
that train track watching that man squirm in that little pink
wearing
dress.
that pink dress. It's amazing. It is amazing. But my favorite outfit is that truly sinful velvet crushed red wine colored leotard that is just like scooped so low and cut so high on the thighs. She was not allowed to wear that on the music shows. But everything about this was great. I just love the like slinkiness of the song. I love the way her voice sounds on it. Tail, Sunmi, perfect, amazing, show-stopping,
Wonderful.
phenomenal.
Really good choice. I'm going to mention my runner-ups because this was a painful category for me. But I said, so Hyuna's Good Girl came out like in January of this year. It was supposed to come out in 2020. And when it came out, I said, if this had come out in 2020, it would have been so high on my list because I loved Good Girl. Like,
Yeah,
over I'm Not Cool. I liked Good Girl better.
I agree. It was on. I listed it as a B-side.
Okay, yeah. But but I think like as much as she is the queen of my life, like I liked other things better. So like Good Girl got knocked down, and then I thought about Taeyeon Weekend because I listened to that song a lot. I love
too.
Taeyeon all the time. I thought the like styling of that was so like fun, like
Made
early.
me feel like I was in a limited 2 store.
Yeah, her little with the little
bandana.
and the clear sunglasses,
Yeah,
like
and
hello.
all pink from head to toe.
Yeah, and I loved it, but I do agree that it is like a Doja Cat ripoff. Like
Sure.
it's not very original. It was very fun, but it wasn't that original or anything. So I decided, like I said in last week's episode, IU's album this year was a real like soundtrack of my year. So I would like to give this award to Lilac.
Oh, good choice.
Because this was so fun. It's just like so disco dreamy and it just feels like a breath of fresh spring, and I know like that's what the song is about and it feels that way. It's also the only choreography I learned this year, so like it's also locked in my soul in that way, and that like I know the dance to Lilac. And like IU looked amazing in those high-waisted shiny high-waisted shiny purple pants. Like she looked so tall even though she's an extremely tiny person.
And the fact that she had a song that had this like cute, bouncy, refreshing choreography was really fun.
Yeah,
and
it's
different.
fun. I love watching IU do choreo because she doesn't do it that often. So it was really fun. And yeah, it was just like such a background song of my year. So Lilac is my choice.
Nice. Good one.
All right, next category is Best Music Video.
This one was difficult. Like I said, Sunmi Tail was in my top contenders, but there were a lot of really good music videos that I loved this year. This is one of the reasons I was so excited during our B-sides discussion that you chose Magnetic by Rain featuring Jackson, because that was absolutely one of my favorite music videos. Watch that so many times. But my ultimate choice to the cinema masterpiece, the grand director, Jackson Wang, Leave Me Loving You.
This is goodbye. Don't leave me loving you. Whatever you do, don't leave me loving you. If you tiptoe out in the morning.
I just had to. I had to give. He has cemented himself as like an auteur when it comes to his music videos, and so I just like needed to honor him in that way, because he put out also Drive You Home, which we've mentioned is very upsetting. The music video is very upsetting, and it involves a very horrific fatal car crash, and it kind of tainted every time I listened to that song. But Leave Me Loving You, which is also
sad,
kind of a sad breakup song, just has this really great, and like does have a sad music video in that like So he looks like he's still in his outfit from Pretty Please, but now he's like he's a waiter at that restaurant that we like. It's not the same restaurant that we see at the beginning of Pretty Please, but it's a restaurant. And there's a girl who like comes in and he loves her, but never like acts on it or whatever. So he like builds up this fantasy
relationship with her.
But she lives her life independently of him and like gets married, and they do not end up together in the music video. But the music video is just like a whole ass film. Like it's a whole little short film, and it's so beautiful.
And he looks so charming and handsome.
Oh my God, he's so
just like
hot.
Patrick Swayze in a plain t-shirt tucked into jeans.
Tucked into the high-waisted jeans with his swoopy Chinese
swoopy.
idol hot boy haircut, and he's so hot.
He's so hot.
He's so hot.
And like I challenge you, like the parts at the beginning of the music video where he's like making the special soup for the girl because you still think like haven't seen the vibe of the rest of the video. He has just this childlike charming glee. Like I dare you not to swoon.
Oh, you will swoon. You will be swooning. Jackson Wang. I love you.
Yeah.
I will not leave you loving me. You leave me loving you. All right, your choice. Your turn.
This one was also very hard for me. Like, as mentioned before, I first thought of giving it to Yuno's Thank You because it was a cinematic masterpiece. That slow-mo shot of Yuno smoking under the umbrellas is for the ages.
And that long shot of him kicking every single person's ass down the hallway. Amazing.
So good. So like that was really cool because that was like epic. I also thought about giving it to Don't Call Me because like it was our first new Shiny music video in a long time, and opening on shirtless Mino through the doors is like such a great choice, and I love it.
True.
But I decided to go with the music video that reminded me why I love K-pop, and that is Ping Pong by Hyuna and Dawn.
Ah, nice.
Play the ping pong.
Like I said, when this came out, it just reminds me of old K-pop because it's that specific brand of weird that was like so present in Big Bang and 21 and stuff. Like to see that like weirdness come back. And it's so baffling to me because Ping Pong is a song that is not even 3 minutes long. But every time I watch the music video, it feels like a 5-minute extravaganza. Because there's like so much to look at. And I love the choreo to that song. I just think it's so weird and it like goes so hard. Like especially at the that is my favorite. And like all of the outfits were so good. And we talked about it on our stage outfit spotlight, but like Hyuna put them together herself. And there's so many crazy details. Like you can watch it so many times and you'll notice them wearing another weird thing than another time you watch it.
Yeah.
And I just loved it. It just like brought me that super silly, frantic K-pop joy.
Good choice. Good choice. All right. Down to our most important categories. And the next one is Best Choreography. This one is the category that I had the most options, because as we've said many times, the dancing is always our favorite part about K-pop. So I had tons.
I did too.
Tons of top contenders. This one was hard. It was the last one I finally chose. And I really struggled because my final top two was between Taemin's Advice and Kai's Peaches.
Wow.
Can you believe I did that to myself?
I know, that's terrible.
I made myself choose between Taemin and Kai for choreography.
In a choreo. Why would you do that?
Because they were the best.
Yes.
Because they are the best.
Yes. Okay, yes.
I watched both of them and I took notes and I weighed the pros and cons. My final decision is Kai Peaches.
All right.
I choose Kai.
Kai is cleaning up.
너무 달콤한 기분. Baby, close your eyes. 그저 느껴봐. 서로를 나누는
Late entry.
late entry.
Basically the last entry, because I noticed like when I was
the
going
last.
through it,
I have nothing after Kai.
the things came out after that are making it onto people's lists, and I'm like, no, I had
No.
to stop.
I didn't.
No more new.
Mm-mm. The dreaming is the last thing. Like Kai made it just barely.
Just barely.
And if I hadn't gone to see that movie, maybe Monster X wouldn't have made. Actually, the dreaming is nowhere on any of my
No.
lists, so it didn't make it.
Didn't make it.
Kai is the last. Okay, but I ultimately chose Kai's because this choreography is so interesting. It is really clean. It tells such a fun, perfect story that absolutely matches this like spring, floaty, fresh feeling in the song. And like the music video, I felt like watching it, it just seemed like because he is wearing this like shin hanbok, and he kind of looks like this like nature deity who is just like reveling in the like fresh peaches that are blossoming for him. And I just thought it was like perfect. He's so playful and he's so smirky in it. And the choreography incorporates that attitude into it. And it has such a good mixture of like really smooth like body rolls with really quick, clean feet. It uses the backup dancers so interestingly. Like the girls and the boys will like take turns dancing with Kai, and the way that he interacts with the backup dancers is very different.
That part at the beginning with the girl always makes me like hold my breath a little bit.
The very beginning of it, the girls are in a line, one right after the other, so that you only see one. And with their arms, like the EXO tree, they make a peach tree. And he picks one of them and takes her hand and twirls her out of the line. And it's fucking
And he always
magical.
has this face when he does it.
He's
oh my God,
so,
Kai.
like he made that peach blossom.
Yes, he made, like, I
It's-
believed him with magic.
yes.
He made it. He's like conjuring things out of the air because he's an
Yes.
ethereal being.
He is a, like, yes, exactly. He is the nature sprite bringing us the peaches. And it was beautiful. Like the whole choreography is so fun, tells such a fun story. And yeah, I just loved it. I love the syncopation of it. It does so much more than it needs to in a way that I think you only get away with because it is Kai. And it's my favorite part, I think, is the peaches. Like he
Yes.
mimes picking peaches in the chorus, and it's so cute and funny. He's doing like a little like skippy like body roll as he moves backwards, and he just like, it's like
But
the
the way
shopping
that
cart
he-
dance move.
He's so
But he's
smooth and
so
but also
smooth.
so angly and precise.
It's just so precise. Yeah. And so it had to be peaches.
Really good choice. Really good choice. At first, my thought for this was, again, WJSN, because I really think that the Easy choreo was something special.
That was high on my list.
So
as well.
smooth and interesting, and also like offbeat in a way that made it so hard to learn, but like it looks so good when they do it.
Yes.
But I think like, and again, I love K-pop choreo. It's like half of why I love it. There's so much good stuff, but like I just had to like go with my gut feeling. And so I choose Love So Sweet by Cherry Bullet.
Ooh.
Love so sweet.
So again, this was an early release from January, and it's a very bouncy, fun song, but I feel like the way that the choreo was set to this song is just so perfect. Like, it's also very precise, but also so bouncy, and like on the whistle anti-chorus, like there is a little tiny like hip click for every little like bit of the percussion.
Nice.
And it just like snaps on so hard. And they must have known it because the music video is just like a camera backing out of an endless like connected rooms, and Cherry Bullet is in every room in like
cool.
different outfits, and it just keeps like backing away, and they just do the choreography, the whole music video.
Yeah.
So like I felt like they
Nice.
knew it was a special choreo too. And I don't know, it just like, I don't know, it's one of those songs, like I said in last week's episode, where the choreo is so married to the song that I feel like you can't listen to it without like feeling the choreo at the same time. So I had to go with
Yeah.
my gut and say that was my favorite
Nice.
because
I
it
like
invoked a strong reaction.
It was memorable.
It was memorable.
I love it.
Okay, last category.
Our last one.
For best album of the year.
Mhm.
And I don't know about like, I'm assuming like we are meaning like the whole album
Mhm.
was very good, or it told a story, or as a
Yes,
whole piece.
As a whole piece, it worked together well. Yes. And I usually think about it like for this category, I try to think about like what are albums that felt like the thought process was to the product as a whole, and not just like these are individual songs that we're giving to
Right.
this group. It was like, what is the whole thing gonna say? So because of that, with that in mind, my choice is Key, Bad Love.
You're the reason I can breathe. You're the reason I can breathe. Hey, love. What up? With your friends? So what? Anyway, what's up? Still think we can.
I thought, like we've said many times on this, and you, I think, talked a lot about it when you chose Key for something earlier. The thought that he put into every single detail of this release was so evident, and he pulled all of it off so flawlessly that it felt like, even though there were several strong candidates in this category, this felt like an easy choice.
Okay. I'm like sitting here like weighing two albums like really heavily, and I like don't know what to choose.
Oh no.
And I feel like I want to choose the one that hasn't been talked about as much.
Okay.
But so I want, like, what I want to say is Wood's Only Lovers Left, because I really, really liked the album. It's half Korean, half English. It all like goes together so well. Every song is like a really good vibe. It was just like,
That's my number 2 pick.
really loved it. But I think I'm going to choose something else because Woods has been getting so much love in these episodes, rightfully. But just to say something else, I think I'm going to give this to Oh My Girl's album, Dear Oh My Girl.
Oh, okay.
내 사랑스러운 라이벌 내 사랑스러운 라이벌 나와 간다 점점 okay 퀘스트를 전부 깨고 난 뒤 이 풍경을 더 즐겨.
This is the album that had Dun Dun Dance on it, as well as My Doll, which I talked about last week. But all the other songs on the album, while they're not as like straight up weird folktronica as My Doll, there is like an experimental vibe to this whole album. Like interesting choices of instrumentation, like weird uses of vocoders, like just a lot of really interesting choices. And it felt like a K-pop album that I hadn't heard before.
Yeah.
And it's just always like fun to find something that feels really new. And like Dun Dun Dance as a title single, like I don't think it's rewriting, you know, the book. It feels like girl group music, but it was a really popular song. So like it's not a bad song, but I feel like the other songs on the album are really like swinging for a fence, and I appreciated Oh My Girl taking a risk and making a like kind of weird album. So
Yeah,
I
doing
want to give
something
it to
different.
that.
Nice. I think that's a good choice. I often, when making these decisions for these episodes, try to think about like, okay, what is something I haven't mentioned before? Like, if I talked about this group in this episode, then I can talk about this in this episode. Yeah. So that matters. Matters.
Well,
because we take this very seriously.
we do take this very seriously. So those were our awards for outstanding achievements in K-pop this year. And again, there were so many things, and there's so much stuff I had to leave off this list, and I could talk about it forever. But next week we will decide once and for all what the best songs were, I guess.
what our favorite songs, in our opinion.
In our
best
opinion.
songs. Because obviously, like, there's so much overlap when it comes to the groups that I like think about and talk about for all 3 of these
Sure.
episodes, because I listen to very specific groups.
Yeah.
I have tastes and
Yeah.
opinions, and I stay with them.
Yeah. And everybody
And
does.
every once in a while will like listen to something else that's random, and sometimes it doesn't stick.
Yeah. You never know. But anyway, we'll be right back with our random game. All right, we are back. And this week, the random number generator gave us a very new but very prolific boy group.
I know, they've been busy. My goodness.
We got Ghost 9.
Ghost 9. This is originally a 9-member boy group that debuted under Maru Entertainment in 2020 with an EP called Pre-Episode 1: Door. And 4 of the members did participate in Produce 101. So this is what they did after that. 2 of the members were on Mix 9.
2 others debuted before this in another group this company tried called Teen Teen.
Yes. And in the few short, like in the year that they've been out, they have so far released 5 EPs, which is so much more than other, like, can you imagine?
These all have 6 tracks.
That's insane. EXO released 6 tracks, period, in like 3 years. And these guys put out 30 tracks
In the same amount.
a year? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But they also unfortunately lost 2 members in September of this year. So
Yes,
there's
just
only 7
recently.
of them now.
But released their 5th EP after the 2 members left with 7 members. So they are continuing on.
Yeah. Just a few weeks ago, they just came back. So.
Mhm.
I checked YouTube and their most popular music video is from earlier this year. It's called Up All Night.
I mean, all of their discography is from earlier
That's
this year.
There could have been a 2020 in there. But,
I guess that's true. This was their 2nd single from this year off of the EP Now, Where We Are in Love.
So if you'd like to watch this with us, you can pull it up and press play when I say go. All right, here we go. Ghost 9, Up All Night. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay.
Okay. Oh.
A boy in short pants is
and
carrying
high socks.
A
knee-high
Jumanji.
socks. Yeah, they look. It is.
It
a
is
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Wow. They all look like they're at summer camp. They're wearing like kind of matching white.
Oh,
Oh,
now they're outside.
and we really are playing Jumanji. There's a lot of different sets in
Yeah,
here.
colorful street and like a cliffside and a pond. And the contrast just turned up real high. Very
Yeah.
bright.
And now we're in front of a store that says Elephant Hip.
Oh my god, they have invisibility cloaks.
Oh wow, the invisibility cloaks. Why? That's so silly.
Oh, this is fun though.
Yeah, this is fun. And I mean, it looks high, like it doesn't look cheap.
No. But yeah, they're
They
wearing so
are
many outfits. There's so many changes.
outfits.
Oh, that was a fun little
fun.
wave move as a group.
Oh, look at those arms out. Wow, and now another set in an aquarium. Some of these shots, they are so, the boys are like glowing. 'Cause
Yeah.
They're so like, the clothes are so bright white. Also, they're wearing that half moon fabric.
Yep.
Like several of them are.
Well,
So they're
now we're in
very
the
trendy.
forest.
I assume this is the same island they've been on.
They look real like adorable, wholesome,
Yeah.
colorful, like
Yeah, they're wearing just like very cute boy next door clothes. Very fashionable boys next door, obviously. And they have one school uniform suit.
mm-hmm.
But they're just like playing a game in all of these fun fictional landscapes.
Now it's sunset and it's beautiful.
Yeah, so I guess this whole music video just takes place in this board game, which is fun. That's a cute concept.
Yeah. Glowy fireflies.
A lot of crazy highlighter hair in this group.
Yeah.
And
Some skunk bangs.
Yeah, a few of the boys have like weird partial dye jobs. Like that guy in the back.
It looks like his
the
they did
undercut is bright blue.
or like like they did it too early and then it washed out too much before. Oh no, it is just like
It's
blonde
just the
on top and the
under,
under
yeah.
is
because
green.
the under is the same shade
Oh,
of
no.
like neon as that other one.
Clothes on. No
Oh,
ocean with clothes on.
ocean and jeans. They're all wearing jeans. Look at all those fishies.
Scooter.
Kind of reminds me. It doesn't sound like Pentagon, but they kind of look like Pentagon.
Oh yeah, it's a definitely that similar like playful boys thing.
Yes.
Oh, and now there's a whale in the sky.
whale is in the sky. Exo.
Hi, Ghost 9.
Oh, back to the board game.
Oh my god, this is so
Look at them
overblown out. They're
glowing.
like glowing.
They're also shielding their eyes, though, so I
Oh.
guess it's on purpose. Yeah, that kid's dye job is bananas. They were playing with like 4 little pieces, but there's like 9 of them playing.
Yeah, how did they decide who won that game?
Yeah. Maybe it's a game where like they're all winners.
Yes, everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner.
Except
Except at the AMAK Awards.
yes.
Some people go home losers.
Oh no.
No, just kidding.
But congrats to all our winners today.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because we're banking episodes and we've been talking so much about good stuff, I don't really have a recommendation, but if I'm good on what date this came out, I hope everybody watches the SM New Year party again. I can't wait to see this SM Town Express.
Oh my
see
gosh.
BoA, see TVXQ. Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see TVXQ. I'm very excited to see whatever BoA does with aespa because they're supposed to be like her group.
Right. I forgot about
So
that.
Let's see what happens with that. And I can't wait to see what this shiny thing is because we sort of joked, like not actually expecting it, but like, hey, it would be really cool to see an Onu Mino Ki subunit. Like, what would a version of shiny look like with just the 3 of them? And so far, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the pictures of them like on the subway are stunning.
Yeah.
So yeah, future me and past me as well, because of the weird nebulous time of our podcast. I hope I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I'm sure I did.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Whenever it will be. If you would like to get in contact with us, we can be found at AMAK Pop Pod on Twitter and Instagram, amakpoppod@gmail.com for emails. You can call us 181-AMAK-POP5. You can send us things, P.O. Box 26096, Los Angeles, California, 90026. We have a Discord where you can talk to other listeners.
who do their own type of
all kinds of awards and song battles and watch parties and like get in there.
Yeah,
People are having fun.
especially end of the year. They do a lot of fun stuff,
Yeah.
and they have really goofy award categories.
Yeah, good time. So go join the Discord. Our link tree will take you to Spotify, YouTube, all the other places. Join our Patreon for extra bonus content every month. And that is it. And we will be back. We will see you next year to wrap all of this up and do our best of 2021 episode.
Ooh, the top title tracks. What will they
What will they be? Oh, I'm so scared. All right. See you then. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Jonghyun, you're our inspiration.
All right. Bye now.
Now I got the feels.
Bye now. I know you feel it too. It's obvious. Catching feels like butterflies. If I say what's on my mind, will I hit bullseye? Shoot, I'm ready, aiming fine. Baby, wow. Feel like you've been so lucky. Oh, I